Alright, so my love, you have officially entered your villain era, but in the most beautiful, productive way possible. Your momentum right now is absolutely unmatched, and you're moving towards your goals like a freight train with zero brakes. Anyone who isn't actively helping you build your empire is just standing in the way of your traffic. And the universe is giving you the green light to clear the tracks. You aren't waiting around for permission, validation, or a tax back anymore. You're simply making things happen on your own terms. This relentless drive is making you completely magnetic, and people are starting to notice that you are playing a completely different game than everyone else around you. And someone in your immediate orbit has been trying to play the ultimate poker face, acting like they're totally unbothered and detached from you, but behind closed doors, the composer is completely fracturing and they cannot keep up the faked act for much longer. Like you have a way of like seeing straight through people's defensive walls, and your raw honesty is forcing them to confront their real feelings. See, they are terrified of being vulnerable, but the sheer gravity of your connection is pulling them out of their cell whether they like it or not. The games are officially over, the facade is sleeping, and they are about to lay all their cards face up on the table. See, you didn't. You didn't even have to cast a spell or try to be seductive. Your authentic, everyday energy has built a whole fortress inside a person's mind. They are dissecting every single conversation you have ever had, over analyzing your body language and wondering what it takes to get close to you. Like you have systematically engineered a dynamic where you are the main character in their thoughts, like morning, noon, and night. It's almost comical that how much power you hold over their mental state, real estate without even lifting a finger. So they are completely consumed by the idea of you, and they're running out of way to hide their absolute fascination over you as well. See, your boundaries like have officially been upgraded to premium status right now, okay, and you're no longer accepting any promotional discounts on your worth. The days of you compromising your peace, making excuses for half-hearted behavior, or letting people slide with the bare minimum are dead and buried. Like it is your way of the highway, and you are completely fine with watching people take the exit ramp if they can't match your standards. You aren't arguing, you aren't begging, and you certainly aren't going back and forth with anyone who does not know how to treat you. If they want a spot in your life, they have to pay the full price of admission in respect, consistency, and most important, loyalty. Okay? Because the second you walk into a room, your energy demands total respect. Yes, the entire atmosphere says because your aura is screaming that you are not the one to be trifled with. You carry yourself with the quiet confidence of someone who has survived the worst storms and came out completely golden. People constantly realize that they need to straighten up, wash their mouth, and bring their absolute best behavior when they're around you. You're completely done entertaining like low vibrational gossip, flaky plans, or people who only react out when they need a favor. Because you demand the loyal treatment, because you give it to yourself. And anyone who can't meet the frequency gets filtered out automatically. So while everyone else was like loud, desperate for attention, and making a massive scene trying to prove their worth, you moved in complete silence. You played your cards close to your chest, observed the playing field, and quietly took absolute control over the entire narrative. You don't need to brag about your wins or announce your next move on social media to feel validated, because see, your results speak entirely for themselves. Like by taking the high road and steering the ship behind the scenes, you have secured the upper hand in your life and your relationships. Now you are the true puppet master of your destiny. Yes, right now. And it is a beautiful sight to like behold, because your ability to completely cut ties with toxic energy right now is an absolute superpower that needs to be studied in a lab. Yes, if someone acts up, disrespects your time, or exhibits even like a single red flag, you can drop them like a hot skillet without shedding a single tear. You have officially detached your happiness from other people's opinions or validation, making you completely bulletproof. There is no lingering nostalgia, no toxic backsliding, and no let's just be friends with people who broke your trust. You block, delete, move on. and forget they ever existed with a level of coal efficiency that is honestly terrifying to your access, and not only access to the people who want your attention. And and 1 minute, there is someone out there who looks at you and completely forgets how to speak a coherent sentence because they're so deeply hypnotized. You have this unexplainable mystical grip on their senses that makes everything else in your life fade into the background. They're utterly intoxicated by the way you carry yourself, the tone of your voice, and the effortless way you look even on a casual day. Okay, they are navigating their daily life like a functional zombie, just waiting for the next opportunity to get a hit of your energy. Because you have become their ultimate craving and they're completely powerless against the magic you are like throwing down. And they did do anything to catch your eye. Yes, this person is low-key performing full-blown circus acts behind the scenes, just hoping that they can get a fraction of your attention. They are posting specific thirst traps, like showing up at your favorite coffee shops and throwing desperate hints into the universe just craving a glance. They would gladly humiliate their own ego. See, if it meant that you would look their way and give them a quick smile or a double tap on social media, they know that you are completely out of their league, which only makes them want to try 10 times harder to prove they belong in your world. Your attention is the ultimate currency to them right now, and they're totally broke without it. Because see, you carry this untouchable composure no matter what kind of chaotic nonsense your past tries to throw at you. Your poker face remains completely unbothered and flawless. See, no matter who this person is who tried to might be like could slide into your messages with a whole paragraph of manipulative garbage, and you would simply leave it on read without your heart rate like skipping a single beat. You have built a beautiful, tranquil sanctuary within your own mind, and you refuse to let anybody muddy the waters. People try to push your buttons just to see that if they can get a reaction out of you, but they are realizing that you are completely unfazed. Your peace is expensive, and you aren't spending a single beam of emotional energy on clowns because you are on a war mindset. You're fully locked in. See, you're fully locked in, hyper focused, and treating your life goals like a critical military operation that must succeed no matter what. There is zero room for distraction. Zero room for distraction. Remember, what I'm saying right now is what you are. Lazy days or emotional vampires who want to suck the motivation right off your soul. You look at every obstacle in your path not as a roadblock, but as an enemy territory that you're fully prepared to conquer and destroy. This fierce, uncompromising attitude is protecting you from making the same old mistakes and falling into the same comfortable traps. You are armored up in self love, sharp intellect, and burning desire to win, making you an absolute force of nature. Because, see, someone out there, someone thought that they could play cute little mind games with you, completely forgetting that you literally wrote the entire playbook on psychological warfare. To try to use reverse psychology might be on you, hot and cold tactics or subtle, you can say, manipulation to keep you hooked. But they completely miscalculated who they were dealing with. You don't just survive the fire, you are the one who controls the thermostat. And that they are about to get absolutely incinerated by your indifference. They thought they were the predator, but they quickly realized they wandered straight into the tiger's den. Like watching them burn in their own hands, trying to play you is going to be the ultimate form of like poetic justice. Say. And a very specific physical aesthetic or person is taking center stage in the cosmic theater of your love life right now. Okay, see, if this describes you, it means your youthful, effortless, dark hair beauty is acting as an absolute tractor beam or premium romantic opportunities. Like you are radiating a timeless, classic, yet incredibly fresh vibe that makes you stand out in a crowd of people who are trying might way too hard. So it just describes someone else. Prepare for a sharp, clever, and stunningly attractive dark-haired individual to disrupt your schedule. This person holds a key piece of the puzzle to your next chapter, and the chemistry will be like insane and instant. And beneath that edgy, fearlessly independent, and totally unbordered exterior lies a soul that is deeply pure, healing, and genuinely angelic. Like you have a profound capacity to care for people. heal their broken pieces, and bring a sense of divine peace into whatever room you walk into. The person who is currently falling for you does not see a pretty face or a hot outfit. They see a literal blessing sent to save them from their own chaos. They recognize that your heart is a rare, precious sanctuary in a world full of superficial, transactional relationships. So you are their saving grace, and they intend to protect you like the treasure you are. And yes, see what we have here. Okay, so throw away any expectations of boring, lukewarm, or emotionally stunted situations because a massive, sweeping romance is officially downloading into your reality. Someone is falling so hard and fast for you that they're completely losing their balance and their grip on reality. This isn't a low, casual burn where you have to wonder where you stand. This is all consuming, giggling like a schoolgirl kind of infatuation. Okay? They're utterly powerless against the feelings. They're invoking in them, and they're getting ready to confess their love in a way that will leave you absolutely breathless. So get ready to be adored, completely loved. And why I'm telling you this? Because everything about your current presentation, your style, your mindset, and your aesthetic execution is tailored to absolute flawless perfection. Okay? Yes, you look like a walking billboard for high end luxury, self respect, and immaculate taste, and it is making you entirely unforgettable to anyone who passes you. You are stepping out of the house looking sloppy or feeling unsure of yourself. You are serving looks, brains, and attitude on a silver platter every single day. So, this premium curation of your life is signaling to the universe that you only accept the absolute finest things, and the matches coming your way will reflect that high end energy as well. Because there is a brilliant, deeply intellectual, yes, and intensely creative person in your wider cycle, okay, who is completely infatuated with the way your mind works. Like they might not be the loudest person in the room, but they are a writer, might be a thinker, or an artist, like who views you as their absolute ultimate muse. Okay, they are low-key drafting beautiful paragraphs, keeping digital journals, or writing like private analytical thoughts about your soul somewhere on the internet because they appreciate your depth, your wit, and the complexities of your character in a way that shallow suitors never could. So, your intellect has sparked a fire in someone's creative spirit, and it's a massive compliment. Okay? And what we have more, see, your life is about to take on a dreamy, magical, almost cinematic quality that feels like it was scripted by a Hollywood romance director. Yeah, you are entering a portal of lucky coincidences, unexpected serendipity, and beautiful fairy tale moments that will make you question reality. The right people will show up at the exact right, okay, microsecond, and roadblocks will miraculously melt away before you even reach them. Your love story is like isn't going to be a mundane, boring routine. It's going to be a full of spontaneous, okay, road trips like midnight laughter and an enchanting energy that makes every single day feel like an absolute adventure. Okay. And more one day, you have achieved the ultimate level of personal sovereignty where you do not owe a single soul an explanation, a justification, or a status update. You make your moves based entirely on what feeds your soul. And you could care less if anyone understands or approves your trajectory. If you want to disappear for a week to work on your goals, you do it. If you want to block a toxic person without an explanation, it's done. This radical independence is intoxicatingly attractive because it shows that you cannot be bought, controlled, or manipulated by anyone. You were the sole ruler of your kingdom, and you wear the crown flawlessly. And you have established a what? Absolute, completely in, you can say, aspicable, you can say, okay, psychological chokehold over this person's emotional well being. They could try to go to the gym, okay, hang out with their friends, or distract themselves with work, but your face is okay, your face is permanently tattooed on the inside of their eyelids. Your memory dictates whether they have a good day or a miserable day. like giving you absolute dictatorial power over their mood. They're completely at the mercy of how you choose to interact with them. And they would do practically anything just to ensure they stay in your good graces. You have completely dominated their emotional landscape, and there is no escape for them. And yeah, this person who let you walk away in the past or treated you like an option, okay, is currently living in an absolute prison of their own intense regret and remorse. See, they're looking at your glow up, your success, and your unbordered happiness, and the realization of what they lost is eating them alive. Because if they know that they fumbled the once in a lifetime generational talent because they were what? They were too immature, stupid, or arrogant to appreciate what was right in front of them. They're forced to sit on the sidelines and watch someone else prepare to win the prize that they stupidly threw away. And that karma is hitting them hard. Because see, your impact on this person's psychic is downright dangerous, disruptive, and completely overwhelming to their daily survival. They cannot like sleep through the night without dreaming of your voice. They can't even get through a basic business meeting without zoning out thinking about your touch. You have completely hijacked their thought patterns to the point where it is becoming an absolute health hazard to their focus. They're completely obsessed, entirely hooked, and realize that a life without your presence is just a boring black and white movie that they have zero interest in watching anymore. And this individual used to be the most stubborn, arrogant, and full of themselves person you could ever meet, always needing to have the last word and play the dominant role. But your devastatingly cool energy and total self worth have completely brought them to their knees and humble them to the core. They're finally ready to throw away the childish pride, swallow their massive ego, and admit that they're completely desperate for your love. They're willing to apologize, make amends, and do whatever it takes to fix what they broke because being right means absolutely nothing if they have to live, live without you. So, my love, I can see here that the universe is finally balancing your ledger, and the days of you pouring from an empty cup are officially over. You have spent way too much time being the ultimate giver in relationship, handing out premium emotional labor to people who only offered you low effort crumbs in return. But the tables are turning in a major way, and you are about to experience a perfectly equal, healthy energy exchange. The person coming into your life or your orbit isn't going to make you back for communication, affection, or reassurance. They're going to match your investment dollar for dollar, tax for tax. Get ready to sit back and finally receive the exact same high level care, generosity, and intentional effort that you have been selflessly like giving to the world. And let's keep it 100, okay? If you have been like trapping yourself in a completely imaginary mental prison lately, okay, overanalyzing every single worst case scenario, you're losing sleep over situation you can't control, feeling stuck and helpless, but the blindfold you are wearing is totally loose and swords surrounding you aren't even touching you. So the only thing keeping you paralyzed is your own anxiety and the toxic narratives you keep replaying on a loop in your head. So the universe is telling you to snap out of it. Open your eyes and realize that the case door is wide open. You have the absolute power to step out of this victim mindset, drop the overthinking, and simply walk away from the drama whenever you decide you are done. Okay? Because I see a dominant, fiercely passionate individual with pure, unadulterated swagger. Okay? Is officially about to bust into your timeline. Yes, see, this is what I'm talking about. This person is bold, intensely driven, and carries a magnetic, high key, attractive energy that commands the room without saying a word. They're the type to play shy mind games or send passive aggressive hints. When they want something, they shoot their sword with absolute fury conviction. They're coming in hot to completely sweep you off your feet. And they have the charisma and the real world stability to back up every promise, single promise they make. Whether this is someone new or you stepping into this boss energy yourself, the passion is about to be completely off the charts because we not only have one king, we have two king here. And it is time to completely detach yourself from emotions, from the situation, and look at the facts with cold the hard logic. You need to channel your energy like inner ice queen or ice king. Put on your analytical glasses and stop making elaborate excuses for people who have proven they are untrustworthy. Use your sharp intellect like a literal surgical scalpel to slide away the liars, the gaslighters, and the matrix players who are cluttering your space. Because your boundaries need to be legally binding right now, and you must speak your truth with absolute unwavering authority. This is what you hold. If someone's action don't align with their words, they get cut out of the narrative immediately. No emotional debates, no second chances, just pure intellectual clarity. Because you can officially sit back now. Okay? You're like pour yourself a drink and look incredibly smug because your ultimate wish fulfillment is finally unlocking. Okay? This is the absolute I won card of the deck, signaling a like face of total emotional satisfaction, deep luxury, and a massive ego boost. You are hitting a frequency where you look good, feel amazing, and realize that every single thing you have been manifesting behind the scenes is dropping right into your lap. You don't need anyone else to complete you right now because you're completely intoxicated by your own life, your own success, and your own vibe. The universe is handing you the crown, and your only job is to enjoy the absolute feast. Okay? Because I'm seeing you like this. See, you're operating total this goddess tier frequency right now, radiating absolute abundance, high-end luxury, and an effortless glow that makes you completely irreplaceable. You have stepped firmly into your throne, and you are realizing that anyone who gets the privilege of sitting in your presence should consider it a luxury, not a basic right. This energy is all about birthing massive new creative projects. Yes, securing major financial bags and looking like a literal 10 out of 10 without even trying. So stop shrinking yourself to make insecure people feel comfortable around you. Step into your full divine feminine power and let the world adapt to your dazzling light. Okay? Because you are currently standing, I'm seeing you standing at the edge of your reality with an entire world resting in the palm of your hand. This is strategically deciding exactly where to strike next. Yes, the past is ancient history now. And you're looking way past your current horizon to map out a massive, unshakable empire for your future. You aren't stuck with just one path. You have massive options, intense leverage, and critical decision to make about your long-term trajectory. Do not make choices based on fear or comfort. Choose the path that actually scares you a little bit because it matches the massive scale of your upcoming glow up. Yes, you might have heard about the road not taken. That's what you need to do. Take the road that is not taken. Okay? Because I see you are officially sailing away from the mental battlefield, leaving the choppy, toxic waters of your past completely in the rearview mirror. This transition might feel a little heavy, maybe emotional, or nostalgic at first, but you're waking away from the chaos for a very real reason. You're traveling light because you choose to leave all that extra emotional baggage, the toxic access, and the unfulfilling situationships the right there on the dock. Better, calmer days are directly ahead of you, and the peace of mind is your ultimate destination. So trust the process, keep steering the boat forward, and do not look back at the burning bridge. Okay? And if it feels like okay, your timeline is completely stalled out lately, understand that this pause is a calculated, intentional timeout designed by the universe for you. The cosmos has suspended your situation to force you to surrender control, stop chasing answers, and finally look at your life from a completely different angle. Okay, rushing a connection or forcing a situation that isn't mature yet will only break it. So breathe it out and accept the stillness. This isn't a punishment, it is a profound spiritual upgrade, helping you gain to total clarity and see the exact truth you have been actively avoiding. Once you fully let go, the momentum will return in a massive way. So my love, this is this is it for you, my love, for today. Okay, smash that like button if this entire layout hit the spot. Drop a comment below. Okay, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the tea. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.